Opposition parties in the municipality of eThekwini have expressed disbelief at the closure of 2 Durban beaches. Just 7 days after they were opened to the public, the beach closures were forced on the city after a massive E.coli bacteria contamination. But the city dismissed claims of poor service delivery and demands for the mayor's resignation by the opposition as mere political opportunism. Joining us now to react to the latest spat over the beach contamination in the tourism Mecca is ActionSA provincial chairperson in KwaZulu-Natal, Zwakele Mncwango. Good evening. Good to have you, and thank you very much for your time.
Good evening, Chabo. Good evening to the viewers at home.
How does it happen that on the 24th, it probably could have been, that the test was done? It came out clear to the point where the mayor then decided to go take a dip and to celebrate. And then on Sunday, I think, is the 2nd of December, it was no longer safe to go in.
Yeah, it's true, Chabo. I think the truth of the matter is science has proven that our beaches are safe in so many ways. Tests that are done by private company are showing that E.coli is changing on a day-to-day basis. But I think it's important that we acknowledge the fact that the current changes, and there are many factors that cause a change in current. It can be that now it's raining. The weather is part of the factor. One of the factors can change current, and the density of water can change current. So, meaning these kind of changes means even water quality can change overnight. It's for that reason we've been saying as ActionSA, city must test water on a regular basis, in fact, on a daily basis, because you can sleep tonight, tomorrow morning it has changed completely. So we know that the sewer is still spilling towards the rivers. But the challenge is this, there's still sewer that is spilling towards the sea from the rivers around eThekwini, because infrastructure has not yet sorted out by the city. We know there's been flood, but some of the infrastructure that maintains sewer has been there for a while. So meaning we can't solely blame floods, but yes, mostly it was because of floods. But we know that it was declared in April. So meaning the city had ample time to really resolve the issue of infrastructure by readjusting its budget. That is why in our court papers, we are even calling for national government, including provincial government, to come on board and assist eThekwini. Because we strongly believe that eThekwini is the hub of our economy in KZN. So we believe that eThekwini contribute a lot in our GDP. So tourism sector is a big contributor also in our GDP. So meaning we need to see tourists coming to eThekwini. The mayor can come and blame ActionSA and say, we are scaring tourists, because for him, it's okay for eThekwini to make money at the expense of people's life. So we are saying we can't be reckless. We can't say people must come and swim in eThekwini, knowing very well our beaches are not safe. The tests are showing that 3 of the beaches have been opened. One of the beaches, the Mncwango beach, the test of the city was saying it's below 500 CFU per 100 mils. But the results are showing it's actually 3,000 CFU per 100 mil, which is way above the standard. And the 3 other beaches, one is 800 CFU per 100 mil, one is about 512 CFU per 100 mil. So it means really it's not safe.
So when they blame the recent rains that could have possibly flushed some content from the is it Uhlanga River into this beach, it is true in a sense, it could be that, but also that in itself indicating the failure to have an overall strategy to deal with the sewage leaks decisively and holistically.
It is true, Chabo, that most infrastructure was damaged by floods. But as I said to you, we declared a disaster, and which means we can readjust our budget. They already used emergency section to do procurement of tenders to restore infrastructure. It was done. But because of lack of leadership in the municipality, and the mayor is fighting with the chairperson of infrastructure, Mr. Mabunda, as you know, even today, you heard in the news, they are now calling Mabunda, they removed him from ESCO because he was there because of ANC seats on ESCO. Now he's no more basically a deputy mayor. He's now challenging them in court. So in that process, while they are fighting between the APC and ANC, people of eThekwini are actually suffering. Today, Buyo, we were supposed to have a council meeting. It never took place, was adjourned, because there was an issue between the mayor and deputy mayor, which took long for them to really engage on that issue up until the council meeting had to adjourn. So that's a challenge we are facing in eThekwini, meaning while leadership is fighting and having these little challenges, people are suffering. So we believe that the city must do honorable things. The mayor must also resign because he has failed to lead people of eThekwini. And we are saying he's a good dancer, he's singing well, he must focus on his music because he's good. We've shown in videos, he's doing well in terms of music. So meaning being a mayor is as hardly for him. It's no more a full-time job. So his full-time job is singing. So he must do what is best.
Yeah. The ANC has responded, of course, to that, saying the opposition party are being mischievous because this council is not a council that's led by a MACO, for example. It is led by a multi-party executive committee. So opposition parties sit in that executive committee. They should take responsibility for the decisions, and they should also take responsibility for the oversight. So if they are calling for the head of the mayor, they should call for the head of the collective. That whole entire executive committee then should go.
Look, it's partly true, Thabo. Actually, I've been saying that on record. I will make an example. When you use Section 36, it says the chairperson and city manager of the relevant portfolio committee must table the recommendation if the tender is above 200,000. So meaning this tender for resolving this sewer crisis would have surfaced before as committee in April. Now, 8 months later, it took ActionSA to go to court for eThekwini to realize that the head of supply chain was not signing documents for these tenders. So hence, one had to blame all parties on the executive committee. They include ANC, IFP, EFF, and the DA, because those are the parties who serve on the executive committee. So they've known by then in April that there is a problem. Now the question is, what they were doing for 8 months as members of the executive committee, entrusted to run the city on a day-to-day basis, because they are paid full-time, all ex-members are full-time, so meaning it's their job to make sure that the city is functioning on a day-to-day basis. It's quite correct that all parties must take a blame, but unfortunately, the mayor is the main leader of that government, especially is the chairperson of the executive committee. So he must take a lead. Hence, we are saying, if the head has been rotten now, he must be removed.
Is there money? I mean, ANC is saying they've allocated most of the funds to fixing infrastructure. Is there money to holistically deal with the sewer reticulation challenges?
Look, I'll make an example again. Today it was a recommendation. Unfortunately, we didn't do the agenda today. But there is an item where the city is allocating 1.5 billion rand, which is going out for a loan. On the breakdown of that capex item, they are saying only 60 million is allocated for sanitation out of 1.5 billion rand. So meaning you've got about 200 and something million on other items. So meaning this city is saying there's enough money to do the sewer, because you ask yourself, why they can allocate at least more than 500 million rand on sewer if sewer is a real crisis. But also, when they suspended the head of supply chain, they never said the issue is money. They said the issue is that the head was not signing documents. So hence we are saying the city must be transparent, whether it's money or no money. That is why in our court papers, particularly here in February 27, when the matter comes before court, because we have cited national government, specifically Minister of Forest and Sanitation, and also Minister of Tourism, and also Minister of Environment and Culture, and provincial government. Yeah. We are citing them so that they can come and answer to the court as to what have stopped them to assist eThekwini to resolve this issue. So meaning, if the issue is money, national government should intervene. But as far as we are concerned at the moment, it doesn't seem money is an issue. The issue is leadership. Because the city has not said issue is money. The issue is someone has not signed papers. That's what Kauda has said. But actually, Kauda has misled the public in many cases where he will say, pump station has been sorted out. When you go physically and do oversight, you will find what he's saying is opposite, because those pump stations are not sorted out as what he says in the media.
So, I mean, what are the other issues that are coming up? For example, are the pools that are not working? The RF pool problem, the ANC saying, no, this has been a problem long, even before the floods, and they've really pumped in a lot of money there, and they are not getting their money's worth. And they're saying that is not a problem of leadership. That's a problem of an official who is not doing what they are supposed to do. For example, the decision around the children amusement center pool, they're saying some official in their wisdom decided to drain the water out of that pool and it got damaged. So it's not a problem of leadership. They are saying officials didn't do their work. So you can't pin that on the mayor. You are saying now, again, they're saying suspended head of supply chain was not signing documents. Is there a sense that there are officials within the system who are sabotaging the mayor?
Look, I wouldn't agree with that notion, Thabo. This week, I went to South Beach to do oversight with our president, Heme Mashaba. It was then the city realized that there's a challenge with beaches, with swimming pools. What we found there is that there is infrastructure for swimming pools. It's been there for a while. And some of these swimming pools have not been used. Because remember, you don't only use swimming pools during holidays only. They can't come now. And I heard during today's meeting, one of the senior members of the ANC in council was saying they must find an official who actually did this. It can't be that it took them, after so long, it took ActionSA leadership to do oversight for ANC leadership to realize that one official actually released pumps and pump out water. That can't be true, Thabo. The truth is, if they were playing their own oversight, they would have picked up as a problem. And the truth is, right now, there's a contractor. We saw they are busy on the swimming pools, but in the middle of holidays, it took ActionSA to challenge leadership of eThekwini to do something. What they've been doing all this time, because it's quite true that some of these swimming pools were not really damaged by floods. They were already have challenges before floods. So meaning eThekwini leadership, they stay in Durban. You can't tell me that you stay in Durban. You only realize now, this week, there is issue with swimming pools. What they've been doing all this time. So they must accept that they failed to hold officials to account. Because at the end of the day, I don't expect the mayor to take a toolbox to the beaches or to swimming pool and fix swimming pools. But I expect the mayor to engage with city manager. City manager must engage with his own officials to make sure that the city is up and running. But even the city right now, Thabo, it's filthy. You know, it's so dirty. You never imagine it will be like this in one day. But today, it's so appalling. You can't even say to someone, come to eThekwini and see how beautiful it is, this city. This was used to be a beautiful city we're proud of. We're still proud of eThekwini. But we believe that eThekwini leadership has failed residents and ratepayers of eThekwini.
Take us back then to the chaos, the disruptions in council today. So the speaker comes up and says the whips raised the question of Rule 10, subsection 3 of the rules of council as the reason why this meeting had to be called off, and said the executive committee meeting was not supposed to sit at the same time as the day of council, and so they overran. What actually happened?
Yeah, look, firstly, executive meeting can meet on the same day, nothing stopped them. But when you arrived this morning, we were supposed to start the meeting at 10 o'clock. So ESCO was already in a meeting by the time. As per the rules of order, as you are saying, section 10, subsection 3, specifically says, after 15 minutes, the speaker must inform council if there is no quorum, but also give maximum of 15 minutes. After 15 minutes expired, it says the speaker must cancel the meeting. So meaning, after an hour, the speaker has no choice to cancel the meeting, but through the speaker was denying our point of orders, referring him to the rules of order, because you can't make rules and be the one who preach them. You know, we believe in the rule of law. We were saying the speaker should have called whippery or whips and have a discussion and say, how do we call an agent special meeting? Even if the same day, it's okay, but follow the rules. So now the speaker then handed over to a legal opinion, of which you know the employees of the ANC will always agree with nonsense, even if they know it's not in line with the law. So we said it can't be. So you can't have this meeting continue, whereas you already breached our own bylaw. What example we can set as councillors if we are the one who fail to respect our own laws? So it can't work like that. That is why I emphasize to the Speaker, personally myself, I said to the Speaker, the word must is different from may. There's no option here. It says you must cancel the council meeting. But where the Speaker failed and the Mayor, they were supposed to start the meeting on time, then request ESCO to go and continue this business while council is waiting, so that you don't conflict with the rules of order.
Now, on Tuesday, I think, is when the Speaker said this meeting will then sit again. Will you, as opposition parties, collectively in agreement be putting a motion of no confidence, or are each individual political parties going to be doing their own thing?
Look, I can't talk about for other parties. All I can tell you is we are already looking at our rules of order, because we must follow the rules of order. It doesn't really provide a motion of confidence on the floor. So meaning one must follow the process by putting it in writing and make sure that whatever time allocated, we can debate that motion. But we definitely, as ActionSA, going to take a stand and really put a motion against the Mayor. But obviously, we must follow our rules of order. We can't just wake up in the morning and say we call for a removal of the Mayor on the floor. So meaning we must follow the rule of order and ensure that we also respect our laws of this council. So definitely, we don't think twice about this. We strongly believe the Mayor must go. In fact, the entire ANC, and I think it's something that says, and I think in Chabo, one must say, ANC has no majority in that council. It's in power because of ABC with other smaller parties. So meaning already now, they've removed the deputy mayor, who's the leader of ABC. So meaning, technically, there's no more government at municipality. Because when they remove deputy mayor, who's the leader of ABC, it means now that council need to really reconfigure. So it gives a space for opposition parties to come together. Unfortunately, EFF, we hear they now made some deals with the ANC to govern with the ANC. Unfortunately, it's just shocking that the EFF can really be in bed with the ANC at a time where the ANC have shown that they have no will to run this municipality. But we can't force the EFF not to work with the ANC right. If that's what they decided as a party. But we're hoping that maybe in the next 2 days we can engage the EFF and reconsider their decision. All and right. Maybe let's put other government in this council.
Let's leave it there. Appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on. Zwakele Mncwango, ActionSA Provincial Chairperson.